5 minutes, folks. 5 minutes left in the NBA trade deadline. Nary a whisper from Celtics land here. And again, they made their deal. And the way I look at it, Bobby, isn't just they made the Muscala deal earlier today. They made their deal when they got Brogdon. That's really what happened here.
Yep. They traded their 2020 for Brogdon. The legacy of the Schroeder addition, though, John, let's give Schroeder his flowers. Comes to Boston on a mid-level exception. Plays decently. I think he did what he could with that team last year, try to help them do that early stretch. I know he was a maddening player, and I got as frustrated with him as anybody else. But you pivot at the trade deadline, trade Schroeder for Daniel Tice, get a TPE back. You trade Tice for Malcolm Brogdon with a first, and now you trade the Dennis Schroeder TPE for Mike Muscala.
Again, you've literally added, you have to look at it that way. Derek White, Malcolm Brogdon, as you said, Gallinari, if he plays or doesn't play, in Muscala. And
on mid-levels.
What you had before was, Enes Kanter and Dennis Schroeder, and Josh Richardson, who was a good player for them and was playing really well when he was.
And how'd they get Richardson again? The TP from Hayward, right?
And Romeo and Neesmith, and you got Richardson. Yeah, exactly, on the TP with the TP.
So they flipped that Hayward loss, which we thought they got nothing for years ago. And there's some pretty good stuff here. And credit to Brad Stevens, who
it could have been worse. Yeah.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Continues to do a good job. Their front office as a whole. I think just staying crafty. We didn't talk about Mike Muscala, John, and this is why I'm sitting here, because we know that they're not talking about what they're going to actually do. There's a lot of stuff floating around, a lot of posturing around the league. They're not a big league front office. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, who are we missing? I gave the Grant trade every thought because I'm just waiting for something unexpected. And Muscala certainly was not on my radar. Good player. Thunder loved him. I think some people around the league were surprised he moved on that contract.
Yep.
But you might have ended up giving them a good second-round pick. So you might have given them a good second-round pick that enticed them to get off him. And, your roster's looking pretty solid and versatile now. You have a big for every situation for the most part. Horford, Rob, Muscala, Cornette, and Blake. Blake's kind of that guy you can throw in there for a possession or two against a Embiid or Giannis, a guy that he can really front with his chest and stand strong and draw some charges against. Hit a couple threes if you need it. Cornette, great drop center. I think there's minutes for him there somewhere.
Again, I've cautioned you against that word great, Bobby, but that's okay. We'll let you do you.
And Muscala, Here's the thing about Muscala. I was looking at his minutes. Not a lot of minutes at the 4. At least with Oklahoma City. I got to go back a little further in his career, but if he's going to play alongside Horford, I guess that makes him the 5 and Horford the 4. But it doesn't seem like he's a guy who would play the 4 next to Rob. So you're probably just talking about him being a bench center by himself and playing alongside Horford in spots in the second units. I don't even see him playing next to Cornette, given his defensive stature and in the post. I don't think he's going to defend 4s. He's going to defend 5s.
Yeah.
Not a great rebounder, but a great shooter for his position.
1 minute left, Bobby.
Great shooter for his position and fits their offense. They want to space the floor, and you could play him with Grant as well.
Yep.
So got to play with Grant, got to play with Al, got to play by himself off the bench in smaller lineups, which he did with the Thunder. $3.5 million this year, $3.5 million team option next year, so you can keep him. Great numbers, great on-off numbers. Want me to read those, John? I picked them up.
I love it when you read to me. I'm really tired, so I could use a bedtime story. Read me some numbers, Bobby.
So here you go. With the Thunder this year, remember, a bad team.
Yeah.
116 offensive rating, ranked 3rd on the Thunder. 106 defensive rating, ranked 1st on the Thunder.
Ooh.
84% free throw shooter. The Thunder scored 8.3 points per 100 more with Muscala on the floor compared to off. That's in the 94th percentile of the NBA. An opponent shot 3.2% effective field goal percentage worse, 92nd percentile. Overall, his on-off numbers were in the 96th percentile of the league. The Thunder outscored their opponents by 11 points per 100 possessions with Muscala off compared to on. With him on compared to off.